Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman in the house, your boy. Hey, I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We're going to start off with a bit of Thanksgiving at the beginning. Obviously, this is typically a celebration in the United States. Obviously, expats all around the world, but of course, a lot more people around the world celebrate Thanksgiving too. Is pretty cool. So, pretty nice, very nice. Hope you guys have had a great time with your family and friends. I guess it's still happening in the United States because we're on Friday already here in New Zealand. And, of course, the time is 12:30 in the afternoon. What time is it in the United States? So Los Angeles is 3:30 in the afternoon. So I guess they haven't I'm not sure whether some people, I guess, have a lunch. Some people have a dinner, I guess. I guess that's the place. We've got in New York, it's currently 6:30 in the evening. So I guess on the East Coast, it is people having dinner already, Thanksgiving dinner, I guess. Let me know in the chat whether you have a lunch or dinner typically. That'd be pretty cool to know as somebody that's not American. So let us know. Big shout out if you're in London, of course, it's still 11:30 in the evening on Thursday. So it's Friday here in New Zealand, Australia, Pacific Islands, places like that would be Friday. I don't know. Is the bottom of Latin America Friday? I guess so. The bottom of maybe Cape Horn there. Is it Cape Horn? Yeah, South Africa. I guess it's Friday too. I guess it's Friday as well. Let us know in the chat. Tokyo's Friday, so that's over in Japan. That's almost up in the middle there at the equator somewhere, is it? Somewhere like that. Anyway, so cool. Let's get into it. We got a few people in the house. We got J-Pon. I'm back. Finally get to listen to my man, Superman. What did I miss? It's been like 8 weeks. Nice one, J-Pon. Welcome back. And I hope that your time away was very good and productive things. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's quite a long time. 2 months. Wow. Good to see J-Pon in the house. The Hex Token channel member as well. Woohoo! I like it. Good to see you. Check my poll says happy Thanksgiving, everybody. What's it? Turkey. Drunk on turkey and all the fixins. Yeah, all the fixins there. That's the secret side of it, isn't it? Side of the turkey. Next cycle, T-shares will flip BTC, says Brennan. T-shares will flip BTC next cycle. I think so, Brennan. We got a poll up in the money running at the moment. So that is, will Hex T-share price flip a Bitcoin price? We've got 27 votes in already, so that's really cool. Welcome, everybody. We got yes, no, maybe, and I don't know. I don't know. I made it nice and simple today. That is the title of our video, of course. Will Hex T-shares flip a Bitcoin? And of course, we're going to play around with some basic maths later on when we get up to Hex Daily Stats at the end of the live stream. So stay tuned for that. We're going to get into crypto. Obviously, stock market was closed on Thanksgiving. We're going to get into crypto, a little bit of crypto news. We're going to get Hex ecosystem, etc. And of course, we're going to get into a BNBP. Let us know anything in the chat that you think is really important that's been happening either in the Hex Pulsechain ecosystem or in crypto in general. Let us know in the chat. We always like to hear some things like that. We got Howdy Superman, Brennan's in house. Good to see you as well. Shano, hey Shano, yo, hey Shano, yeah, we should probably catch up for an audio chat on the topics that you're trying to inquire about, and we can flesh that out. Good to see Shano in the house there. Pulse Beta, super good to see Pulse Beta, and Bloodfish King is in the house as well. All from Australia. MetaMask tracking IP addresses. Yeah. So MetaMask is tracking IP addresses and ETH addresses. So you do want to change your RPC, and so definitely look at doing that on the MetaMask. I was actually going to talk about that today, but I forgot to bring that up. So, but definitely MetaMask is tracking. So you need to change your RPC there. It's not good crypto, right? That's not what crypto is about. MetaMask should be spanking themselves on the bottom. Because that's not good crypto, and of course, but you can change the RPC there. The fact that they think that they're so confident getting away with it is ridiculous. And the other side of it, of course, they're killing on the fees. So we're looking forward to new wallets like the Internet Money, like the Heart Wallet. We're looking at new wallets like that and get away from these super silly people. I mean, it's silly. We don't want this nonsense. We're in DeFi. And of course, that's power to the people, not power to a couple of people. You got to remember, always centralized control, always a few people telling everybody else that they're right and this is how things going to be. And of course, that's not the way it needs. The people need to stand up and keep that freedom. Keep that freedom. Part of the people, yeah. All right, so cool. We got J-Pon. What's up? Hey, got J-Pon. Kato's in the house there. Hey, Superman, everybody. Good to see you, Kato. G'day. It says Superman and hi, family from Dominican Republic, living on crypto. Hey, big shout out to you in Dominican Republic. Navin's there as well. Hello, Superman. Good to see you, Navin. Hope you are well. And Lost in Crypto, happy Thanksgiving, Superman. You too. And I've got my stream running Alan's bot. That's something that's coming up soon. So I've got to test it out. I haven't finished testing, but it's coming. Lost in Crypto, 532 CST in Texas says Lost in Crypto. And I guess it's in the afternoon. Happy Thanksgiving from New York, says Nevin. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Go Cowboys, says Lost in Crypto. And 11:30 here in London, says Kato. Yep, definitely 11:30 in London. Almost Friday, almost. And of course, Andrew Reynolds, happy Friday, everybody. Happy turkeys all around. Yeah, we're going to talk about that soon too. Super done, says JB. Happy Thanksgiving. And Andrew also with the turkeys as well, with looks delicious too. And Hex wins, says Refined. Hex does win in the end of the day. We're going to get into Hex price later on. We've got 29 votes on our poll, so get on our poll, folks. If you're new to the channel, of course, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for future videos, and get out to our Discord as well. If you love Pulsechain, Hex, and other projects like that, get in there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Living on Crypto says amazing. SBF is free, still free, and now we're probably doing speaking engagements. Go T-shares, yes. It's insano, but, you know, he's got a lot of friends amongst the Democrat Party, and, of course, you guys know what I think of that. I think it's probably, yeah, anyway, we won't get too much in it. We are a crypto channel. I try to avoid that. When you change RPC, you can still access Hex stakes. Hurry up, RH with your wallet. Yes, Pulse Beta. And, of course, Wookie is smarter than the average bear, says Wookie. You are indeed. Hey, all, what RPC settings would you use, Superman? So I haven't actually set that yet, so I was going to cover that, but I might do it in a separate video, Rango. So stay tuned for that. I only just got up and organized myself earlier, so I'm a little bit late to the party. All right, let's get into a bit of Thanksgiving. As I said, we've got the crypto market in front of us. So let's get into we'll quickly do crypto. We're going to do a bit more around Thanksgiving. So here we are, BTC at $16,579, up slightly on there. We've got ETH at $1,202, up 1.9%. We've got BNB at $300, and that's doing really well, isn't it? And of course, they're probably a catalyst for that. So we're going to talk about that. 1%. XRP is the star performer at the moment amongst leaders, 5.63%. We've got a bit of a mixed bag, as you can see. Matic, Dodge, Litecoin, ADA, and AVAX, etc., all slightly down, just slightly, I would say. And Solana there is up 2.2%. What else is going on here? Crow is down a little bit there. Down 2.7, so a bit more than the little, I guess, but small in crypto, right? So that's kind of where we are at the moment in the stables. Still slightly under peg, which is a little bit, you know, I guess it's fine. They're not too far under peg, but that's where they are. All right, cool. Woo! Talking so much. Wow, let's have a drink, everybody. What do you got? A glass of water. Cheers, everybody. Now let's get into our Thanksgiving turkey. But before we do that, we've got Shano in the house there. That block one scenario was crazy. Ran from Crypto spoke about them taking 4 billion of user funds this morning. Yeah, crazy stuff. I saw that show too. EOS block 1.4 billion fraud, and no one talking about it. Yeah. All right, so let's get into some Thanksgiving. Now, obviously, Thanksgiving, the family comes together, the people come together, and we have Thanksgiving for everything that we have, family, friends, whatever, you know, prosperity, peace, whatever, all those good things. And of course, we have a mixed bag, right? So we're going to look at two little short videos. One is when things don't quite go right. And I'm not making too many comments. You can make up your mind on these videos yourself. Here's the first video. Let's go. This is when things don't quite go right at a family Thanksgiving. And then we're going to look at what is, you know, that Thanksgiving kindness as well. Hey, we're human beings. This can happen, right? So let's check out this first video of how Thanksgiving cannot quite go quite right. But of course, the heart is there. I just feel sorry about this. I'll make a comment about this video afterwards. You guys can comment in the chat there. Let's get into it. Well, let me know what you think of that. That's when Thanksgiving doesn't quite go right. Doesn't go quite as planned. They had a nice little food layout there too. I feel sorry for some of the food. It looked quite delicious and would have liked that. Now, I'm not sure what happened before that video with maybe what I guess it's the son may have said. So I'm not exactly sure why the father had to go to the extent of saying, if you're going to be bad behavior, not part of the family. I'm not quite sure how the preamble played into that. But of course, sometimes Thanksgiving doesn't go quite wrong. Now, some of the looked like there was some of the seniors of the family there, like grandparents and stuff like that. They had to all stand back, and all the food was trashed. And upstairs he goes. So just the way things go sometimes. Okay, so that's when Thanksgiving can go a little bit wrong. But of course, Thanksgiving can go really right as well. And we're going to look at some of the Thanksgiving kindness as well on the special occasion. So let's check out this next video. All right, so there we are. There's a bit of Thanksgiving kindness with the old turkey giveaways there. Very cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little break away to some Thanksgiving there. Very cool. Who else is here? We got JB says K4K has a new video about using flashbots and MetaMask as alternative to Infura. Yep. And of course, living on crypto. Oh, Sono says madness. Yeah, it's quite madness. And living on crypto says can't track your IP address if you are on a VPN or change RPC via Alchemy. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it too. And of course, haha, Token says Hex Video. Yeah, it was pretty funny on those ones. So we had a little bit of both sides of things. There was some cool videos on Twitter that I thought were pretty funny. And of course, nice as well for the later one there. All right, so let's jump over to some of the crypto news. We got Binance deploys $1 billion. $1 billion. I should have got the video for this, where he goes $1 billion. That would have been cool. To keep crypto industry afloat after FTX collapse. And as I always say, Binance is the biggest balance sheet in the game, right? So they always play multiple sides of the chessboard, and so they always seem to win, right? And interesting enough, love him or hate him, the SBF at FTX, I was talking about that too in his diatribe of whatever he was saying. So he also mentioned that, and it's a lot of truth. So Binance here, they were, definitely involved in all those games and seem to always come on top. And of course, here they have got a nice PR campaign. And of course, this is going to obviously have practical implications for companies, but also, crypto projects, etc. The $1 billion there. Binance said it will devote $1 billion in initial commitments to the recovery fund. It may increase that amount to $2 billion at a point in time in the future if the need arises. The company added. Since FTX's rapid wind down, investors have worried about a crypto contagion affecting every corner of the industry. And of course, the cryptocurrency exchange Binance on Thursday announced new details about its industry recovery fund, which aims to prop up struggling players in the wake of FTX's calamitous bankruptcy. In a blog post, Binance said it will devote $1 billion in initial commitments to the recovery fund. It may increase that amount to $2 billion at a point in time in the future as need arises. It has also received $50 million in commitments from crypto native investment firms, including Jump Crypto, Polygon Ventures, and Animosa brands, I guess it is. And of course, Binance CEO CZ shared the public wallet address showing its initial commitment. And of course, we've got that here. You can see a big flash $1 billion of BUSD in there sitting in the wallet. So there we are, $1 billion BUSD sitting there, fat and juicy to help out stop the contagion as well. Now, obviously, I posted a video yesterday of the FTX fallout with the creditors, the top creditors, something like $3 billion. Looks like it's a loss there. And I do see some sense of recovery. I think they've recovered something like 750 million recently. So we'll see how that all lays out. Obviously, the first public hearing as for the liquidation has been is in progress. So there we are. What else there? We do this transparently, says public blockchain data reviewed by CNBC shows a balance of around $1 billion in the account there. And of course, the fund is an attempt by Binance to keep the crypto industry afloat after controversial entrepreneur Sam Bankman-Fried's exchange FTX filed for bankruptcy earlier this month. Zhao has emerged as a new savior-like figure for the alien industry. That's what I mean. It always seems to win out, right, with the top balance sheet, even though they were playing in the games as well with FTX. filling a gap left behind by Bankman-Friedman. A gap left behind by Bankman-Friedman. Can you believe it? This is the mainstream media. This is how they've been swinging a Bankman-Friedman there. You should see some of the titles are ridiculous. You know, he's going to save the world. No, he can't because it all went down. Boo. Not the fact that there was a lot of fraudulent activity and people's money was wrecked. So this is the insanity of the mainstream media. They're a complete propagandists, and of course they work for one party, and of course that party is wrecking everything. Whose firm had bought or invested in a number of beleaguered crypto firms from Voyager Digital to BlockFi prior to its collapse. FTX's failure was triggered in part by a tweet posted by Binance's CEO, which drew attention to a CoinDesk report raising questions over its accounting. Since FTX's rapid wind down 2 weeks ago, investors have fretted over possible crypto contagion affecting every corner of the industry. In the first court hearing for the bankruptcy case on Tuesday, a lawyer for the company gave a damning verdict of FTX and its leadership, saying the company was run as the personal fiefdom of Bankman-Friedman. And of course, if you haven't checked on this channel, I also posted a video of him running away in Panama. So it does look like him on the video. He's got the same backpack too. Binance said the vehicle is not an investment fund and it is intended to support companies and projects that are through no fault of their own facing significant short-term financial difficulties. And of course, cascading to basically trying to stop cascading contagion effects in crypto stemming from the FTX's collapse. Binance said it anticipates the program will last around 6 months. It is accepting applications from investors to contribute additional funds. Binance said it is flexible on the investment structure and is accepting contributions in tokens, cash, and debt. We expect individual situations to require tailored solutions. Around 150 companies have already applied for support from the fund, Binance said. Now, it'll be interesting to see what qualifies, right? What qualifies and what hopefully they have they keep arm's length from it, right? They don't get involved in some picking out the good ones that they want and sort of taking over a bit more of crypto. And we'll see how that plays out. Crypto markets didn't react significantly to the news. Yeah, no brainer in the past hour. Bitcoin was up just a fraction there while Ether was trading flat. Thin trading volumes expected in the US as Americans celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday. So that's kind of the big news there with Binance. And of course, you can see the address there with the $1 billion, $1 billion. So pretty cool. Now, also on the other side of the crypto news is the regulators. Obviously, the FTX there. This is how the games are played, folks. This is what they do. You've got, FTX was the second biggest funder to the Democrat Party during the midterms. They're obviously funneling Ukraine money through as well. And of course, it looks like a bit of a money go around. Now, this is how it all plays out. And then, of course, the mainstream media do glorified posts of some of these characters in the FTX, like Sam Bankman-Friedman, and, of course, the CEO of Alameda. It's just crazy stuff, right? So this is how it all plays out. And global regulators to target crypto. And that also gives them food to target regulation even more. Crypto's a very small fraction of the world's markets, very small fraction. Obviously very high profile, and of course, typically the best performing assets. But these guys, if they keep control of this, they can get their centralized currencies to take place. And of course, those are really horrible. They're nightmarish. They're programmable crypto. We don't want centralized, coins at all. And of course, these things are dangerous. So I posted a video just day on, I think there was over 100 countries testing this out at different stages. So definitely really, really bad. Who should have the right to say whether if you don't like someone's views, so what someone says, that you can turn off their money and of course, wreck their families and all that sort of stuff. These people are really wicked, and hopefully decentralized crypto helps to push that back. But obviously the people have to stand up to some degree if they're going to protect their freedoms. Otherwise they can sit back and lose them, and then they can cry later. Once they wake up, that is. Depends if they're waked up or not, whether they've taken the right pills. Right, so cool. We've got, looks like they're going to do more regulation. I'm not going to read through this article, but just more regulation there coming up there with IOSCO, which coordinates the rules for G20 countries and others, has already set principles out for regulating stablecoins, but now the focus is turning to platforms which trade them. So really, I guess, centralized exchanges, CeFi, going to be hard to get their heads around DeFi there. And of course, that's where we live in DeFi land. Power to the people, right? Power to the people. So that's pretty much the highlights there in crypto. But at the moment, we haven't had the full hammer land yet. We've still got BTC at 16,567 and ETH at 1,200. Actually might pull up El Capo Crypto, Il Capo Crypto, I should say. And let's go have a look to see what he's saying at the moment. He's waiting for the hammer. He is off the market as all his dry powder is off the market at the moment. Now, obviously, crypto analyst, swing trader, long-term investor. Let's see, he's been calling for the hammer. And, of course, are we ready there? So nothing's changed here, ready. Obviously, it took the time off for Thanksgiving. Are you ready? But still expecting the hammer to come down. Let me just go back to the post here. BTC, yeah, 16 hours ago. HTF, lower lows and lower highs after breaking a monthly redistribution range below June's low and at supply zone. LTF there, weak trend caused by a short squeeze bull trap, volume dying. 12,000 to 14,000 remains the main target for a local bottom formation. So this is coming from Il Capo of crypto. Still looking for that 12 there and getting a bit of supply zone. I think that, this is kind of where Richard's talking about as well, 11K and prey. And, of course, more contagion potentially coming, even despite the Binance fund there. We will see, because that's going to move too late, right? It will be moved too late on a lot of these ones. So we'll see how this goes. It will help mitigate, but still, too late there. We'll see. This is pretty much it from El Capo of crypto. Let's see what else he's got there. With that said, let's get back to what really matters, the market. I wish you a good day. So cool. That is pretty much it from El Capo Crypto. Still waiting for that hammer, boom, to drop. And of course, he's showing that weakness that's hiding in behind these charts at the moment. We will see how that goes. In the meantime, we're going to get the Hex start. Before we do that, let's get back into the chat and say hello to a few new people that have arrived. We got Mr. D in the house there. G'day all. I may fall asleep during the stream. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for the Hex community keeping us going during the beard time, says Mr. D. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Hopefully that turkey is sitting right. Danu's in the house as well. Woohoo! Here I am. Let's go. Oh, too late, says Danu. No, you arrived at a reasonable time there, Danu. And of course, SBF might be laughing now, but I doubt if he has any insight into the fact he will never be safe from disgruntled investors. That's true. He certainly should probably keep on the run. Keep on the run there. Catch me if you can, living on crypto. Catch me if you can, I guess. Johnny Big Bang, now good to see you in the house as well. Now, obviously, he's probably got a certain amount of money, and of course that he's taken, and he'll be on the run with that, no doubt. But apparently he's been doing some, like you say, getting on shows and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of protection, man, and we know who that's from, the protection racket, and we know which party runs that. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to here. We've got Hex at the moment, having a couple of good days in a row after two big decreases. What was the decrease from there? We decreased from pretty much 3.1 cents and broke that 3 cents. Kind of felt like we've been 3 cents, kind of good range. And we got down as low as around about 2.6. Was it 2.6? Yeah, something like 2.6. So that was 15% decrease. We have managed to bounce back there. Still rather weak bounce back, but still moving back ahead here, back up 8%, and we're currently at a 2.824 cents with the high of a 2.843, so slightly higher there. We'll see how we go. Bit of a weak back bounce back at the moment, but let's see how it goes. I guess that's all we can say at the moment. We are in a bearish condition, bearish market, and of course, was it about 433 days for the Hex bear market? So that's how long it's been. It's been a long time, and of course, I think the Hex has got fundamentals going, ticking over. We have seen a lot of new stakers, a lot of retail bookers really got big, but it's had to absorb some of the larger early holders that got in early. So it's had to absorb that too. We have managed to get back to 2.8 cents. See where we go. We had a poll the other day. Remember, we had 60% of people thinking that we would, go below 2 cents. We haven't quite hit that yet, but definitely got a weaker price. We will see. A bottom's going to come at some stage. We're going to find out what that will be. People that get that bottom will celebrate in the future. Go, I got the bottom. I got the bottom down the bottom there. Now I know there's only back on the 5th of January 2020, and when we had the all-time low bottom back then, we only a fraction of people would have got that right. So only a fraction of people would have got that. So cool. Let's have a look here. The Hex HSI auctions here. We've already well into that. And then, of course, we've got the next big thing coming up is the PCE inflation data. That is coming up on the 1st of December. This is the one that the Fed uses to set their 2% inflation. And that's really important there. Currently 6 days away from that, so slowly counting to that one. Hopefully that will pull back from 5.1% for September down into the October numbers being slightly low, maybe 4.9. Let's see how we get on there. The lower the better for us in the crypto market and stock market. We want the Fed to pivot earlier than later. We have seen some weaker economic data coming out too. So hopefully that's going to bode well as the CPI inflation and, of course, down to 7.7% on the headline inflation number. So that's pretty cool. We've got the Hex third birthday coming up in a week's time. Woohoo! Yeah, party on. That's going to be so good, right? I feel good about that. Now, I'm not expecting, maybe we won't get anything particular out of that in terms of the market price or news from Richard, but it will be a very, very important pivot. 3 years is like you're really starting to grow up at 3 years, and we're getting to that 4th year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, that'd be pretty cool. Now, if they announced a Pulsechain V3 testnet before Christmas, very bullish for Hex indeed. That would be the first testnet that's based on the ETH proof of stake. And of course, we're excited for that. Bring it on, bring it on. Of course, we don't know when that's going to come, but should be simpler, a lot simpler than what they were trying to do to fix up bugs and having issues with the BSC version. I think it's going to be a lot better than that, covering attack vectors. And we'll see how that goes with the fee as well. But a lot of the parameter stuff should be, like S-load functions should be relatively easy. All that should just be a number pretty much. So we'll see how long it takes. The V3 testnet can come out anytime. We don't need the bottom of the market for the V3 testnet. But if we get the bottom of the market, that'd be pretty cool too. All right, so cool. Let's see how we're getting on there. Fed rate hike is the last Fed rate hike for the end of the year. That's on the 14th of December. And of course, if this gets 50 basis points bullish for the market, could signal the pivot of the market as well. We also get to see what the Fed's thinking, how they're changing there as well. So hopefully that will be coming up. That is only 19 days away, so less than 3 weeks for that one. That's the last big hurdle for the year. And then we've got, an opening in December, in my view. We could have a nice little Christmas rally, particularly Hex would really boom if we got Pulsechain V3 testnet out there. That could be a very big catalyst. Why do I say that? Well, because it's the first proof of stake. And, of course, Richard's indicated that could actually be a relatively short testnet too. We'll see. I tend to think it could be slightly longer than that, of course. These things typically play out a little bit longer. We'll see how long that would last for. But if it was running pretty smoothly for 6 weeks, maybe that's as long as they need. Or would they run it for 3 months? We'll see. But hopefully shorter is the kind of the indication we had originally. So let's see how we go. V3 and of course Pulsechain mainnet probably in the new year sometime now. Anywhere, a lot of people calling March, April, because we will have a big indication based on V3 there when that comes out. So let's see how we go. Be nice to see an old Christmas rally though in Hex. So there we are. Let's get into the ETH proof of W. So ETH W here, 734,000 in 24-hour volume. We're going to have a look down for Hex here at the moment. Where's Hex? Where is Hex? Hex has fallen down. Is it? Where is Hex? It was struggling to hold on there. Number 21. Whoa! I think that's the lowest I've seen it. 21. I think that's the lowest. 0002291. And of course the down 1.4%. $329 in 24-hour volume. That's a nothing burger. That's almost not worth covering, is it? $16,000 in volume there for the top pair. We got Hex down here and another pair. $155 down there as well, down at number 29. So not a lot happening there on that chain. Even Hexkins don't seem to be operating too much, which means, you could make a speculative play on the volume, buy a lot of volume. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's jump over to, where was that price? Just kind of double check that price first. 0002291. Remember the high price was 002. So it's 004, I should say. So 0.4 of a penny. Let's go to the ETH Fair network. Only $2,000 a trade at 24-hour volume. That's crazy. This is really struggling to do anything. It's almost like it's not worth launching at the stage. But of course, everyone got their copies of their stakes. Hex is still doing pretty well here today. Number 5 7, 8, well, number 5, and number 9 there, number 8, 10 as well. So let's have a look at the top pair there. What's that? 4 zeros, 5, 1, 6, 2. Ouch. Remember, this got up to 2/10 of a penny. That's well below that now. And of course, $111 in volume. Oh man, looks weak like ETH Power as well. Obviously, we're in got bearish market conditions anyway. We got down 5% in the last 24 hours. $3,100 in the top liquidity pair. We got the other one down here, not much different. $20 of trading volume in that one, $1,000. So not a lot happening over there. But in any case, you're still earning your rewards over there if you staked your Hex payouts. And of course, maybe later down the path, these might get priced up by the market. It is a retail play, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so cool. At the moment, we're going to jump into Headron. Headron at the moment, 2,200, having 2 nice good days like Hex is there. Let's have a quick look at the full chart there and see where we went. So we went down from 2,700 down all the way down to 1,880. Can you believe it? Down 30%. Ouchie, ouchie. And of course, let's have a look where we got back to. We climbed back 20% in the last 2 days, up to 2,200. So it's a lot better place to be. That's where we are at the moment on that one. Completely did the opposite of what quite a few pundits, including myself, thought it might do, and went down rather than do anything going up there. So didn't get anywhere close to that. Let's have a look at the Icosa HSIs. We got 5,374 in the pipeline that can go to auction. All you have to do is click the action, start the auction there. But we've got lots of small ones here. 10 Hex in this one. I really don't know what was going on with these people that were making these. But hey, people are free to do what they want. But there's a lot of small ones in here as well. Now, there are small ones that have been moved to the auction. We've got 131 that are now in the auction house. And of course, should I patent that? Should I paint that auction house? Will Alex McFurter steal that off me? I don't know. Alex, are you out there? Are you going to take the term auction house? We could come back here and see auction house in here. You never know. You never know your luck. You can start a trend anytime. Right, so cool. We've got a couple ones here going. Let's see if we've got any big ones here. We had lots of 7,777s. We've had lots of 8,888s. We've had obviously lots of 5,555s. And of course, your even numbers like 10,000 too. People like certain numbers. It's pretty clear. Let's get into that. It's almost like you could make a meme coin around there, right? You could do maybe NFTs that had just like 8,888 and 5,555 and 7,777. You choose some popular numbers, and you can make a meme coin or NFT series on that. That'd be interesting. We've got 100,000 coming up here as well. We've got in 4 minutes. That's 4 hours to go on that auction. 200,000 here. This one's got 1.8 billion on it, 1.3 billion. That one there's got a 10x Headron multiplier in it. So 100,000. So it's a bit interesting. We haven't seen a lot with multipliers around. What out there? Let's jump through some of these. 118,000, 118, 438. It's got 500 million Headron at the moment. 7 hours to go. Let's see how about 401,000 on this one, 400 on that one. So there are still quite a few, larger ones there. 436,000 as well. Let's jump through some of these. See all the 7/7s. So some interesting numbers there. You could definitely do an NFT series around that. Hit me up. We'll do an NFT series. I'm just kidding. But there are 400 and 400. Pretty cool. We've got 300, 406. So there are quite a few decent ones there to, larger ones, I should say, to bid on. Some of the smaller ones can be valuable for smaller retail players. You could get some real nice discounts there. Let us know in the chat if you've got any really good deals on these Hex HSI auctions. Some people obviously selling these back to a Icosa contract as well. 437 there. What else? I think that's it. We have got some small ones that have gone to auction. 500 Hex, stuff like this. So there are some of the smaller ones going there. Look, 313, 400. That is pretty much it. 127 in the pipeline there. A couple of them have already been sold. This is the way it goes. So cool. Let's jump over to Dev Huey and get some alpha from Dev Huey on the Hex Icosa Headron. And of course, 8 watts at NFTs 23 hours ago. NFTs burnt in the last 24 hours. 19,203 endpoints are gone. And of course, removed from the pool. That's actually a big amount, actually. Supply 21,936. There's still a lot left, right? Still a lot left, but we have had a couple of decent burns on the Wattses there as well. So burned in dollars, 20,000. There's two $20,000 days. So we have had a couple, not quite as aggressive as I thought, because typically when you get a Bonanza and Icosa, you might get a lot of burning. But I think people understand the game. They understand the game, and that is last man standing. Just keep going. And of course, that's going to keep burning and just keep earning. And I think people are playing the right strategy with this by holding. I know some people in the chat there, I won't name names, but they want people to burn because they want to be last man standing, but not quite playing out that way at this stage. 23 hours ago, yeah, we were at 71.29 billion Headron burnt there on the current day. So definitely softer there, and 48 billion minted. So that means that you've got deflation in there. The difference between these two, which is what, 23 billion. So that was the burn there. What else there? Headron stats with 6.5 hours to go, 57.6 billion Headron burned and 25 Headron minted. So definitely got the deflation on at the moment, which is cool every day. It's nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. Let's have a quick look at his website. We're going to have a look at the Watts NFTs to see what the return has been. People are close to free carry, which is pretty exciting. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, look at that. Woohoo! Up $15, is it? Yeah, yesterday. Is that how much? $16. Yeah, $16. $965 and $1,000 yield. So close. $35 away from free carry on this, and covered the original investment. Very exciting. No wonder people not letting go of their Wattses, and with all that Icosa there. Now, obviously, it's going to come back around every 90 days. It's going to probably be about a fourth the size next time, but that's pretty cool. And was it February, something like that? So cool. That is pretty much it. Let's jump away from that. And of course, we're going to get into Pulse Bitcoin, which has been pretty fun. So before we do that, let's get into the chat, see who else has jumped in here. If you missed our Thanksgiving coverage at the beginning, and go check that out because it was pretty funny. G'day, Legend, says Hex Machine. Good to see you. Superman A Hex Machine, good to see you as well. Hi, Lies Beneath in the house. Hello, how are you to get today? Very good. Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLX for the win, 100% on that. Who else is in ours there? We've got a couple others. Ted Nelson, happy Thanksgiving, everybody coming in late. Turkey Coma, yeah, you're not the only one. Apparently there's a few others in there as well. Z says Zen doing well. Yeah, we're going to be covering Zen in a minute. We're getting up to airdrops free claims, so we'll cover that quickly. Anyone listen to the new Eric Wall on Spaces talking about X inflation of 30%, says wall to wall. I think he's talking about the old days there, wall to wall, the old days, probably back at the big payday or something. Bob Wells, hello all. Dinner break. What's it? Dinner break at work, says Bob. Nice one. And take that time. Take that time for a good break. That's for sure. Great to see you, Hex Token. Says Hexiest Man in the world. My man. Always good to see Hexiest Man in the world. What a cool dude Hexiest Man in the world is. If you haven't seen him, he's on Gen Hex's channel with Brian and Craig out over there. And one cool dude. Bob Wells in the house there. Happy Thanksgiving, all my Yankee friends, says Bob Wells. I'm sure that's a little controversial, isn't it? Sure, it's a little controversial, but that's cool. We like that. Welcome to everybody. All right, so cool. And Bob's going to go, what? What? Say what? All right, so we've got Pulse Dogecoin at the moment, $4.92. $4.92. No way. We had a 50% burn yesterday. We celebrated 50% burn, and we got 4.9. I think something going on here. 4.9, $4.92 on this one here. And that's a little surprising, but hey, that's what the market has told us. We got asset tokens at 97 cents. Say what? Say what on that? That's some crazy stuff. And of course, we've got Pulse Bitcoin, which is the new one, at $2.03. So that's down a little bit there. Let's zoom in on these a bit more detail. Let's have a full screen on this and pull this in so we can see the detail there. Obviously, we're still moving through the transform phase. We've finished the asset token miner. You can buy those on OpenSea. I still haven't got around to checking those, but I'm sure there must be a premium on those by now, just like the Wattses. And transform PLSD to ASICs there is at $4.92. Let me know in the chat, actually, if you've bought an ATM through OpenSea. Let me know if you have done that and whether you had to pay a premium after they closed off. Let me know. $4.92 is where we're at the moment. And I kind of feel this should probably be a bit higher. Maybe $6 what I talked about. Maybe it's a little lower, $5.50. I don't know. But it's definitely doesn't seem quite right being down $4.92 for a 50% burn. Now, obviously, there's questions over the narrative of Pulse Dogecoin. with 50% burn, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think there. The other thing, of course, it's now competing against other tokens, the asset token, the Pulse Bitcoin, and the ATMs as well. So there's, it's a multi-token ecosystem. So much financial energy running around the system. And of course, you want to grow that system, right, to make them all flourish. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I do think that obviously once we finish this transform PLSD to ASIC, that changes the game a lot, right? You can't transform Pulse Dogecoin and ASIC, which makes ASIC more scarce, subject to the ATMs. But we already seen a lot of the ATM stuff be redeemed, which is interesting. So yeah, to me, that makes the ASIC token miner even more valuable at the end of it. So that's kind of feel ATM, then the ASIC token, and then of course it has burning in it, and then of course the Pulse Bitcoin and maybe the PLSD. Now you might want to switch that around. You could say PLSD and then Pulse Bitcoin, but yeah, it's because it's going to be 21 million Pulse Bitcoin by the time of it, right? So you can play that off, and then there's Pulse Litecoin coming. So yeah, I think there's still a little bit more gamification probably that's coming from the founder that may trick us out there a little bit. We'll keep watching his play out there. So let me know in the chat what you think about that. All right, so yeah, once we get to the 20th of December there, we could see some fun times happening with the ASIC and Pulse Bitcoin price, and of course ATMs. We'll see what happens. I think that could be a bit of fun, and what will happen to Pulse Dogecoin by then, we'll see too. Market will decide. It's doing a few little things that are not quite as obvious as I would have thought, just like we saw with the Headron as well. Let's jump over to the results though. Transform PLSD. Remember, this is kind of like a virtual representation of Bitcoin, so it's kind of a cool way. It does give people new entry into that kind of a setup. So we've got 3,065,000 Pulse Dogecoin has been burned and transformed so far. Transformed, I should say. And then we've got 15 million asset tokens in transform. 50.299% has now been burned, so over 50%. And of course, remember we had Pepe on here. If you haven't checked out that live stream, we had Pepe on here. He's one of the big whales in the Pulse Dogecoin, now Pulse Bitcoin ecosystem, and he was talking about getting up to this sort of mark, 50%. So well done to him. Now he was also talking about $20 on the price, so we'll see how that goes. We've got plenty of time. It's only been launched a couple of days for Pulse Bitcoin. So let's go to Pulse Bitcoin here on the chart and see how that's performing over this time period. We've got $2.04. Launched at a bad time too, but of course we've got our first green day here. It hasn't had a rally in the price yet. We're not near the $20. Now I've heard people talk about $9 to $10 in the first 30 days. But let's see if we get on to, we get higher. Now they did try to open the pool up here at about $30, but of course we got our loop there. We have not had our rally in this price, so stay tuned, I think, for that, and we'll see what that happens. There's definitely whales in the ecosystem. Let's see what happens there. All right, so cool. That is pretty much the numbers there. Let's jump over to the mining and see how much is going on here. We got 7,162 miners, 17 million ASIC token mining power, 30,000 ASICs has been burned so far. Remember, you're earning a 7.5% reward and a 0.25% burn fee for the ASIC, so that is deflationary. And the minting so far, 2.2 million Pulse Bitcoin has been minted out of 10.5 million there. Now, obviously, people only get those tokens once they've finished their 30 days, and of course, they have to end that stake, end that mining operation to get the Pulse Bitcoin. So Pulse Bitcoin on the market is much lower. So we're at 2.2 million Pulse Bitcoin. 10.5 million before we get to the first halvening. Remember, there'll only be 21 million of these. Jumping to the asset token miner, obviously that's finished. You can buy and sell on Referral and on OpenSea. So there's 3,490 active ATMs. So there's not many really. 1.5 million points in there. And of course, the amount redeemed is 3 million points. So it's almost a 2-to-1 ratio there, isn't it? But these ones here seem, I don't know, are they more valuable? Let me know what you think. This is obviously people are mining with this, earning Pulse Bitcoin. So cool. 1,135 ATMs have been minted there. So some of the big whales have actually redeemed it, and looks like they're mining. So it's the ratio of ATMs there. So cool. That's my interpretation there of that. So it's pretty much cool. And I was going to actually have a quick look at the amount that's actually in the circulating supply. Let me have a look at that. And PLSB. And you have a look and see what's in the supply there. 900,000 Pulse Bitcoin in the circulating supply. 2,033 holders at the moment. So that's kind of where we are there. I'll probably look through the contract at some stage and see what other stuff. I think I did the other day, but have a look through some of those in more detail. Total supply, yeah, 900,000 in total supply. So cool. That means if there's 2.2 million, this is quick math, 2.2 less 900,000, so 1.1 million yet to come out is the way I look at that. So hopefully that's the correct way of interpreting that. All right, so cool. Let us jump over to the airdrops. Let's do it. Now, if you want to find out more details on airdrops, get into the Discord under Pulsechain project, which is out. We have two chats. We have the Rich Art chat. We have the Pulsechain chat. Under the Pulsechain, we have airdrop free claims, and you can see a lot of the projects that we're aware of that got some free airdrop there. People like that, right? There's crypto, so you can check that out too. Zen at the moment, of course, has got their Zen NFTs coming up. We talked about this yesterday. They're obviously, I think they've got three categories of NFTs. Three classes of NFTs, and of course they've got different categories under each of them. The second category doesn't have any, but the other ones have. And of course, there's going to be burning of Zen in there, which makes Zen more valuable. Even though they've got a log chart that's making the inflation, particularly at the beginning of the cycle. Remember, in the first couple of months, you can get like 65,000 or something like that Zen per day. But by the time you get to year 8, it's like 10. So you got a lot of inflation in the beginning, and maybe once you get through, I don't know, I haven't looked at the profile, but I might do that actually. Maybe you get to 1/3, halfway through. A lot of the heavy inflation's out there, and we'll see what happens to the price. But in the meantime, he's brought out these NFTs that are coming out in a week or two, I think, or a couple of weeks. They're testing them at the moment on testnet, and of course they'll have burning, and of course the game shifts a little bit into the NFT space, so we'll be seeing how that plays out too. All right, so cool. This is on the ETH chain here. Currently 508977. Nice little bull market there. Now I've got one coming. I've got a couple of mints coming out on day 98 because I've played a little staggered game. I thought, hey, let's play a bit of fun with this. Now, this is a possible play, but it's made better now in the short term with a bit more probability play in it because of these new NFTs and the burning. And of course, let's see how that goes. So currently on day 47, so I've got a long way to go before I get those 98-day ones coming out. Let's scroll. Let's see how long that's going to be because I'm not sure if we're going to make it. I'm not going to make it there. Let's have a look here. So 98 days. So yeah, I'm talking about the middle of January. So if these things come out, I don't know, in a couple of weeks, maybe they come out by mid-December, I could be a month too late to benefit from any price rally. We'll see how we get on there. It's a bit of fun. So cool. I think I made some that are coming on day 98, day 150, day 198. I think like every 50 days. And then day, blah, 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 all the way out to 400 days or whatever it is. So I've got to I don't know how many, maybe a dozen or something like that. So we'll see how that plays out. That's all a bit of fun for me. And we'll see how we get on. Now, the weight token, of course, is so that's a free mint. The weight token, of course, people get for free. The more they wait, of course, the better they off. Now, there's 8 different sacrifices that qualify you for this. But, of course, we're sitting at just under quarter of a penny. Most people are just waiting. Nothing much to see here. And no one's really speculating on it at this stage. Waiting for Pulsechain. Hashtag 1 day closer. Hashtag 2 more weeks. Did I just make up those hashtags? Were they new? Did I just brand that again? Am I making up more brands today? Oh, my gosh. I'm just like a creative genius here. That's hilarious. All right. I did steal all that, as you guys know. But, hey, it's worth trying. All right. So, cool. Let's get on to PP, Paul Pleb. Is this what Paul Pleb means with the PP? You guys can let me know. Actually, we're a family channel. Don't let me know. We'll try and keep it classy, San Diego. Keep it classy, San Diego. That's what we're going to do on this channel. We're no drama channel, no family channel, although I did play some drama about Thanksgiving. So we try to avoid it, though. All right, so there we are. We're at 3,800 on the price at the moment. Pretty flat from yesterday. And we got 5 zeros in front of us there for Paul Pleb. And, of course, there's not much. I don't think there's much liquidity in this pool. So you got to take that into account with these new airdrops. There may not be a lot of liquidity there. But so far, it launched at a bad time, but it's managed to have a nice little rally higher, and good to see that. So there we are. That's another one of the Paul Plebs. So you can check out the qualifying for that. We're going to get into our speculative play. How we're doing for time. 51 minutes, not too bad. There's not a lot happening today, so we're having a pretty good time. Obviously, most people have had on Thanksgiving still in the United States, and of course, it's a little. What time is it there? It's 4:20 past 4 in the afternoon in Los Angeles on the West Coast. On the East Coast of the United States, it's currently at almost 25 past 7 in the evening there in New York. So there we are. So cool. London. Oh, London is now on Friday. So London is now 25 minutes past 12. So it's now Friday morning there, although most people would be asleep, bar a couple of people watching Hex Token from the UK. So we appreciate that. Big shout out to you in Wales, England, Ireland, and of course Scotland there. All right, cool. Let's get into BNBP. BNBP at $11.49. $11.49, holding nicely here. Of course, this is the first Sacrifice project to launch, and it's been very, very good so far. Obviously, it's not up at 29x, but it's still up at 12.5x there. And of course, we've had a lot of those early sacrifices that didn't want to stay in have probably sold, and the rest of everybody else is either staked or just playing around. So there we are. Let's have a look here. We're waiting for some new games to come out. We've got Jackpot out at the moment. Of course, we're up to game number 8,716. Can you believe it? Every 3 minutes or so. Obviously, there's some gap there. You always have to have two players playing, so that's why it's stuck here at the moment. But it's different times. I think there's different times of the day that people are playing as well. So we're looking at this from the staking point of view and the fact that this is the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. So it's new technology in crypto. So we're having a lot of fun with that. And the gamification is really amazing. And we're going to see that play out too. Apart from the participation wallet, it's going to we have to absorb that when it comes in. There we are. So someone's bid in there, and we've got the game ticking over now. So we'll see how that goes. They have lowered the BNBP reward as well from the participation wallet. That's cool. We're waiting for Powerball. Powerball was going to be out like a day ago, but of course they're enhancing that to make it even better. Roulette's expected to come out pretty soon too. So we're going to have 3 operating games, I imagine, within a couple of weeks, maybe within 2 weeks. Who knows? But we've got that coming out there. It's going to be cool. The airdrop at the moment, 4,500 BNBP to the stakers. We've got 76.49% stake. Woo! That jumped up from yesterday from the looks of it. I'm pretty sure that's jumped up. From yesterday, I'm pretty sure it's 76.49. Looks like someone put in a decent amount there to stake. So that's pretty cool. And that doesn't include the team's wallet, which is on top of that. So 61,000. I don't think that has got the team's wallet in there. So that's an addition. The lottery there is being paid out. So someone's won a lottery. Is it you? I'm going to check after the live stream. Have I won one of these lotteries? Someone just got paid out a lottery every week. What have we had? About 8 of these so far. So check your BNB. If you're staked BNB, you get 1 ticket per BNB. So you may have won that. I'm going to check after the live stream to see whether I won a lottery. The burn there, 7.2 on the burn. So there's been another big burn in the BNBP as well. Very, very cool. Let's have a look at the participation. 65,205 has been won so far. So 65% the way through. The participation member doesn't get paid out to the very end, and we will see what happens there. But I do suggest there'll be a lot of downward pressure on the price, but opportunity for new people to pick that up. And then once we're through that, it's all about the revenue, baby, revenue and staking returns. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so cool. That's pretty much that one. Let's quickly go to the contract and see what the burn has done yet so far. Oh, yes, very nice. So we're basically 2,000 BNBP has been burned. We're down to 998,000. From 1 million. So that's just slowly eating up that BNBP. Nice little downward pressure on the supply. And of course, more games coming out, bigger revenue. It's going to be fun to see this play out. Now, there will be volatility with staking and unstaking. Participation wallet is coming out. That has to be absorbed by the market as well. So there will be that offset. But apart from that, it's going to be fun to see this play out. And of course, we're in a bear market as well. So it's going to be cool. All right, there's one of the first of the 4 chains. Obviously, next chain hopefully is Pulsechain. 3 big benefits of launching on BSC first, building up your community, getting your products tested, and of course the wealth effect as well. Then just transform that all over to Pulsechain. Ching ching. Thank you very much. Welcome to crypto. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so cool. That's pretty much it. Let's jump away from a lot of these charts here. We're going to get into the Hex daily stats coming up. Oh, we've got it already, day 1,088. We're going to talk about that. But before we do, let's get into some of the comments in the chat. We've got a few other people in the house here. Might have a little swig of a drink first. Let's jump up the top here. We've got quite a few people in here now. Alfred says, happy Thanksgiving. Be a pal, eat a chicken, says Alfred. Yeah. Morning, says Superman, says Hex Down Under. And Brazil says, my Watsons are almost whole. Almost. Yeah, you're so close. We talked about that earlier, Brazilji. It's very close to free carry there. Thanks, man. Also have my own channel, Network E and a P Hex is Manuel. Yeah, so check that out. Maybe you can post that. I don't know. Can you post that in the chat? I'm not sure. We're up to 73 votes at the moment, so we're going to talk about that with the poll. If you haven't hit the poll, smash the poll out. I did not buy an ATM NFT, says Briz. Hit a possum. We ate it for Thanksgiving. Eat more possum. Really? I wouldn't eat a possum. That's one thing I wouldn't eat is a possum. I got a story about a possum actually refined from way back, so it's hilarious. I also got a story about a wild pig or boar as well. I looked at ATMs and OpenSea Rarible. All seem to be at least 2x asset price. No bargains, but only place to get ATMs if you think its value will be worth more later, or you want 2x asset next halving, says Andrew. Nice one. Thanks for that alpha drop there. May buy some ATM NFT to stock up for first and second halving, says Andrew. Nice. What else do we got? Sandy Beach in the house. Good to see Sandy Beach, one of our moderators and community awesome members. Hello, Hex Token and everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. And Bob says, happy Turkey Day, Miss Beach. Miss Beach. And my friends and family finally left. That's funny, Sandy. That's probably because you filled them so you stuffed them so much full of turkey and goodies in there. They probably found it hard to get off the couches or whatever. That's probably the case there, Sandy Beach. Some of them are probably still asleep hidden in your house. You probably don't even realize they're probably full asleep somewhere, like random. Living on crypto, ATMs are being redeemed to build exposure to mining. So this process gives minimum 18% per month is the correct play. Not sure, says Living in Crypto. Definitely get into our Pulsechain chat there on Discord, Living, and get that conversation going. I think that'd be a really cool conversation to be held in our Discord. Big shopping day tomorrow. Yay, says Sandy Beach. He has a Black Friday shopping. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I might do a video on that actually. Makes my weekly Zen minting strategy work, says Bob. I'm waiting, says Sandy Beach, for the weight token. PLSB is number 3851 on Nomics, so moving up a perspective is Headron is 189. That's a really good insight there. What else there? Paul Pleb. I'm awake in London, says Acid Thunder. Nice. And thanks from the UK, says John Gibbons. Yep, I know you guys are just heading into early Friday, so hope you guys have a good rest up. Brilliant says at current prices, the asset miners are producing Pulse Bitcoins at 15% per month, not APY per month. Wow, that's pretty awesome, though. That's pretty good indeed. Nice, Briz. I'm going to be enjoying some steady PLSB rolling in, says Bob. Yeah, that looks like a nice play, doesn't it? Nice play indeed. Was it a possum tastes like boiled rubber? I would have thought so, Briz. I would have thought so. Laughing at that one. Thanksgiving Hexcons. Happy Thanksgiving Hexcons, says CVD. Hey, CVD, good to see you. Very cool. All right, so let's get into it. Day 1088, hot off the press. And you know who loves Hex payouts more than me? No one. Not even someone in the chat. Everybody knows. Not even that guy. Not that guy we don't mention. He doesn't love it more than Superman. Superman loves it a lot, the most in the world. Just like the hexiest man in the world. I love Hex payouts, the hexiest man in the world more, or something like that. I don't know. I sound like Joe Biden now. Okay, 24th of November, 2022. And we got the price up 2.7 cents. Yeah, 7%. Sorry. Woohoo! 2.833. And of course, we had a couple of little positive days there. Nice to see. We got the Hex payout 6.212. So we got a bit of penalties in there. And that is, I love that so much. I love it so much. That is so good. All right, cool. Hey, what's happening in the chat here? We got a spammer in the chat. Not true, says Briz. Not true. Well, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't know what you're talking about there, Briz. We don't know. We don't know what, we can't interpret. What is it? Interpretive dance or something? We don't know. All right, so T-share there, $712. The share rate is up 6.1 to 25,143 Hex per T-share. Of course, you can get that for a third of the price if you stake out 10 years because you get 20% more shares when you stake your Hex even for every year up to 10 years. So you can get that a bit cheaper. But anyway, we're going to talk more about the share price there because that is the name of the video. And we got our poll out. So will Hex T-shares flip Bitcoin? Let's get our poll and have a look at that at the moment. 78 votes. Let's end that poll and let's see how that is going. Okay, so will Hex T-share price flip Bitcoin price? 68% said yes, 15% said maybe, 12% said don't know, and 3% said no. 3% said no. So we will see. Obviously, that will probably depend on the Hex price, but for the no to take place, and of course, 68% said yes. I'm probably in the yes camp. I'm very confident that Hex will do well in the future, and of course, the share rate's only going up and to the right. So pretty cool. We got, let's have a look at Bitcoin at the moment, 16,513. So that's our BTC at the moment, 16,513. And we've got the share price there at 712. So what's that, 23x, folks? That doesn't count the fact that the share rate's going up as well. So 23x difference. So that's all we need there. That's quite doable indeed. All right, so cool. We'll see how that goes. And of course, the increase in T-share rate, 6.1 to 25,143. That's only going up to. So that's going to help make the flipping happen because share rate's going up. So that's cool. And of course, you just need the Hex price to match there and up and away. So that'll be pretty cool. Let's have a look at 52 divided by 0.028. That is 18.5x to the all-time high. So even on the price alone, getting to 23x, quite doable, right? Quite doable. We'll look to break out to a new high, that's for sure, at some stage in the future. All right, so cool. We got the average stake length at 6.69 years, APY at 37.74%. We got liquidity in the pool down from yesterday, down from 357 million Hex down to 345 million. We got almost back at $10 million in the pool, 9.8 million. Woohoo! We got 1,481 Ethereum in there too. That is up about 50 ETH from yesterday. Let's have a look at the T-shares, up 1,524, back over 10.4 million on the T-shares. Remember, Hex is easy to understand. If you're new to Hex, check out hex.com in the video description. We've got a reward pool with inflation and penalties. That's what everyone is after. And of course, we've got an ownership pool with T-shares, which stands for trillions of shares. If you change either the reward pool or the ownership pool slightly, then the Hex payout per T-share changes slightly. And of course, every day, it's kind of like a inverted commas a Monday printer. This gives you Hex as well, and it does help to offset the price reductions if the price is going down. But of course, if the price goes up, then you're winning double, right? So you got the Hex payout and the price going up. Pretty exciting. So cool. That is the increase at the moment, 1526. So we had a couple of days there of modest increases after that big decrease, and a couple of other days there in the last 10 days as well. So we're going to keep watching that 10.4 million mark and see how we go. Even with growth, because of the T-share rate going up, we do expect this to go down over time. It just depends on what's happening with the growth side, the demand side there. All right, so cool. Let's jump over to the stake percentage of coins. 9.7% is now staked of Hex, which is up from the last couple of days, which all been at 9.69% for about a week. So it's nice to see a little increase there to 9.7. We've got the Hex payout, 838,000 Hex and penalties. And of course, let's have a look at the growth numbers of Hex. We've got the holders up 13 to 313,000, almost 314,000. This is the number you'll see on Etherscan under the Hex contract. We've got stakers, which is our headline number. Hex is all about getting T-shares and staking for the most part. And of course, it's up 96 to 114,333. So nice one there. We're so close to 115,000. That's a pretty cool next little mini milestone. Very excited about that. We've had a pretty good last 10 days in the growth of Hex. Obviously, Richard always talks about getting out and doing direct promotional marketing. And of course, you can do that in many ways, maybe doing pamphlets around your block on a regular basis and so forth, or handing out those little tickets at the cars or something like that. So cool. Total holders up 189 to 512,351, looking pretty good there. And of course, we're up to day 1,089. Woohoo! We're getting closer to day 1,095, which is Hex's 3rd-year birthday. And of course, that is about 6 days away. Very exciting. 2nd of December 2022. Woohoo! Rock on. We're going to have a lot of fun. Now, we do have a lot of Origin account stakes coming out over the next couple of days. So since the 24th, I think it is. So that's probably around about just under 40% of the Hex coming out at the moment. So the rest of it is just large holders. We'll see how that goes. That's also going to potentially, let's see how that plays out on share rate and other things like that. So cool. A lot of those are 1,000-day stakes. So we'll see what happens. I think it's about 24,000 T-shares So we'll see how that plays out too. Right, cool. That is pretty much where we're at the moment. We're at 6.169 on the payout and rocking it on. So I think we're up to an hour and 6 minutes. Not too bad. Let's get back to the chat, and I'm sure we may have had some issues, some drama in the chat there, even though it's a no drama channel. The possum guy lol says Sandy Beach, indeed. What's that there? What's that little blue there from Briz? I can't even see what that is. How do you know what boiled rubber tastes like? Yeah, stop the cap, says Briz. Stop the cap. Yeah. I hear you, Briz. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yes, I prefer hexagon, says Sandy Beach. Terry Doc says, happy Thanksgiving, everybody from Scotland. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. My doggy Scooby is so sleepy from all the turkey he ate. That's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. And Terry Doc in there. Hello. What else? I think that's it. Bob Wells says, catch you all later. Folks, back to work. Enjoy your day at work there, Bob Wells. Happy Thanksgiving to you. We're going to play our 2 videos we played at the beginning. These are pretty funny, of course, for Thanksgiving. This is kind of our, I should have said Happy Thanksgiving show, shouldn't I? But we're going to play out. This is, we got some of the unfortunate things that can happen on Thanksgiving with, family and tensions and things like that. And of course, we've got some of the paying it forward type of thing in Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Woo! You. So we don't know what happened before leading into all this or anything like that, but this is some of the dramas that play out. But this one here has gone viral. Hey, look, is this for real? Oh, apparently it's for real. I haven't verified any of that. Thank you, says Sandy Beach. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks, Superman. You legend, says J-Pom. Let's look at something a bit more positive, and of course for Thanksgiving, and that is paying it forward. And this one here is pretty cool too. So there's something nice to finish the live stream. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody around the world, wherever you are. And, of course, hope you guys have had a good time today. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Peace out. See you in Discord. Woohoo! Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.